Okay, let's start by showing you how we set the profile into the tool. We use 300 series stainless shims that go through a straightening process to keep them nice and flat. Now, the tool will not work if these shims start to get bent. So you want to keep them nice and flat, and the way to do that is just leave them in the tool. Never take a shim out. There's really no reason to. They're held in by magnets, so even if this is loose, they're not going to fall out on you. When you get to the job site, you cut a 1-inch sample of whatever baseboard you're going to use. We give you a setup tool that's labeled for baseboard setup. You just follow the arrow, leave it pointing up, and slide it into the end of the tool. That gives you a little platform for your sample piece. You take your anti-tear out fixture and you're going to slide it out just to put the top of the sample piece up against it. And right now this is only serving to help you set the tool up. So you can start with your fingers, but then you're going to have to go to your screwdriver to get these shims in to where you match the profile of the sample piece. And a very important thing to remember is that this last shim that's in here never goes between the sample piece and the anti-tear out fixture. Only goes to the face, never in between them. So you set your sample piece in there, and sometimes you'll be moving only one shim. That's why you'll need the screwdriver. But this is going to serve as the base for your guide pin to ride along to make your cut. Okay, now we have the profile set into the shims. We can remove the sample piece and the setup tool. But a very important next step is to take the anti-tear out fixture and turn it into an anti-tear out fixture rather than just a setup piece. The way we do that, we just slide it back behind this last shim that's against this fence. Just behind it, you want to just feel it with your fingernail, because that blade is going to come by and it's going to prevent tear out of your baseboard, because this anti-tear out piece is going to support the fibers, but the blade will come real close. So by setting it just behind this last shim, this piece will last forever. It'll never be nicked. Okay, now you've got your profile set in and you've got your anti-tear out piece set up. So what you want to do is, if you measured your wall and let's say it's 92 degrees, so you want to set for a 92 degree right cope. You simply loosen these two knobs, and the 0 would represent 90, so the 5 would represent 95. So go to right hand cope, 93 degrees, and always view this at a 45. We designed this gauge here to be viewed that way, so you don't have to get on your knees and look straight at it. So, but just by hanging your head over it, viewing it at a 45, and lock it down to 93 degrees. Okay, when you have your piece set in, clamp it down right at the grip tape. Always remember, the workpiece has to go completely along the fence. It must touch the fence all the way. Clamp it down. Now you're set for a 93 degree right hand cope. All you need to do is put your router guide plate on, and that will give you a platform for your router to ride on. And now you're ready for a right hand cope. Let's just take a second here to show you what the profile, once it's set up, what it looks like. As you can see, it's a perfect match with the sample piece. The anti-tear out fixture is set just behind this last shim. So that's what it would look like. That's ready to go for left or right cope.